there's no check for $250 million. So he kind of went right down the list of joking. He's kidding. You're not supposed to believe any of that to be true.
It's over. Do you understand? In that profession, once you ascend to where Conor has ascended to, he's probably worth a couple $100 million. Now, to set that aside, you know what? I'm going to get it out the mud. I'm in the trenches, and I'm going to go train, and I'm going to get kicked in the mouth. I'm going to get elbowed, knock my teeth out. Do you understand how hard that is?
Boxing experts are sounding the alarm, urging Logan Paul to steer clear of a potential fight with Conor McGregor. The idea of these two global icons clashing has captured the imagination of fans worldwide, but many in the combat sports community are deeply concerned about the implications of such a bout, while Logan Paul's ambition and showmanship are undeniable. The gulf in experience, skill, and fighting pedigree between him and McGregor raises serious questions about whether this matchup is a good idea or even a safe one. Logan Paul has built a reputation as a fearless entertainer, willing to push boundaries from his rise to fame as a YouTube star to his transition into the boxing ring. Paul has consistently sought challenges that generate both intrigue and controversy. His high-profile bouts against KSI and Floyd Mayweather showcased his athleticism and ability to draw massive audiences, even if his boxing record remains unimpressive. However, stepping into the ring with Conor McGregor represents an entirely different level of risk. McGregor, a former UFC champion in 2 weight classes, has achieved legendary status in combat sports. Known for his precision striking, unshakable confidence, and ability to deliver under pressure, McGregor has a fighting IQ that far exceeds Paul's limited experience. Though McGregor's professional boxing resume consists of a single loss to Floyd Mayweather in 2017, his striking skills and years of MMA dominance make him a formidable adversary for any opponent. Experts fear that Paul's limited technical skills and lack of defensive finesse would leave him vulnerable to McGregor's aggressive and calculated fighting style. Teddy Atlas, a respected boxing analyst, has cautioned that Logan Paul's athleticism alone is not enough to compensate for the skill gap.
So Logan Paul's fighting Conor McGregor, but we're getting scammed since originally this fight was supposed to be Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor. I don't know who got more scammed, the people that bought CryptoZoo or Jake Paul. At least we know this fight will be a harder watch than Joe Biden going up the stairs. Regardless, I will still be watching this fight. Make sure to subscribe.
Boxing is not merely about physical attributes like size and strength, but about mastering the nuances of timing, distance, and strategy. McGregor has honed these skills over years of competing at the highest level, while Logan Paul has demonstrated courage and resilience. He has not faced anyone with McGregor's combination of power and precision. Adding to these concerns is McGregor's reputation. As a relentless competitor, unlike Floyd Mayweather, who took a more cautious approach during his exhibition fight with Paul, McGregor is unlikely to hold back his aggressive fighting style characterized by rapid combinations and relentless pressure. Could lead to a punishing bout for Paul.
Conor McGregor is due to fight Logan Paul, not to be confused with Jake Paul, in India for $250 million each. $250 million is more than Tyson and Usyk combined, not even close.
Veteran trainer Freddie Roach has warned that fate could quickly become dangerous, especially if Paul underestimates the intensity McGregor brings to every contest, while Logan Paul enjoys significant physical advantages, including height and reach. Experts argue that these factors would not compensate for his lack of technical expertise. McGregor's ability to adapt mid-fight, exploit weaknesses, and land devastating strikes makes him a challenging opponent for even seasoned fighters. Paul's inexperience at this level could result in a one-sided contest, with McGregor dictating the pace and exploiting Paul's defensive vulnerabilities. The potential risks extend beyond the physical realm. Public perception could also take a hit. If this fight materializes, Logan Paul has already faced criticism for blurring the lines between spectacle and sport, and a lopsided loss to McGregor would likely reinforce these criticisms. On the flip side, McGregor's involvement in such a bout could draw scrutiny for lending legitimacy to an opponent who many believe has not earned his place in the ring. Despite these warnings, some argue that Logan Paul's resilience and promotional prowess make him a compelling figure in the boxing World, his ability to generate massive pay-per-view numbers ensures that any fight he participates in will be a financial success. Regardless of the outcome, fans remain divided, with some eagerly anticipating the potential entertainment value of the fight and others dismissing it as a sideshow that undermines the integrity of combat sports for Logan Paul. The stakes could not be higher. A victory, however improbable, would solidify his place in combat sports history and silence his critics. A loss, particularly a decisive or humiliating one, could damage his reputation and derail his aspirations of being taken seriously as a boxer for McGregor. The fight represents an opportunity to further expand his brand and showcase his striking skills to a global audience, though it risks being perceived as an easy payday rather than a genuine challenge.
10 seconds.
The prospect of a clash between these two polarizing figures shows the growing trend of crossover bouts that blur the lines between sport and entertainment. Whether this matchup ultimately comes to fruition or remains a topic of debate, one thing is clear: the idea of Logan Paul fighting Conor McGregor has already captured the attention of the world, for better or worse. Interview. 10 seconds since breaking his leg in his 2021 loss to Dustin Poirier. The former 2E UFC champion has not participated in any competitions. Two companies suspended him from their promotions last month after he was ordered to pay nearly $250,000 to a woman who had accused him of rape, further complicating his path back to the octagon following the cancellation of McGregor's highly anticipated June showdown with Michael Chandler at UFC 303, derailed by a foot injury. Whispers of an unexpected return in 2025 are now gaining momentum. McGregor said on X earlier this month that there was no fight with Turo. Despite reports to the contrary, he said, "I am in preliminary agreements with the Ambani family to face Logan Paul in a boxing exhibition. In India, I have agreed I will then seek my return to the octagon." McGregor has ignited further speculation by reacting to a post on X, referencing a report from Fightbook MMA. The report alleged that a $250 million meat fight is set at Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium. McGregor's response, featuring an India flag and a heart emoji, has already racked up over 1.3 million views, adding fuel to the already blazing hype in 2017. McGregor lost to Mayweather in his lone professional boxing bout while negotiations with Paul are underway. McGregor is simultaneously eyeing a potential UFC comeback in late 2025. As revealed by UFC CEO Dana White, as of now, McGregor remains bound by his UFC contract, even as discussions about a potential fight with Paul continue to unfold. For the McGregor versus Paul matchup to materialize, the UFC must grant McGregor permission, otherwise pursuing the bout could risk violating his contractual obligations. On a recent episode of the Weighing In podcast, Big John McCarthy highlighted a key obstacle McGregor must tackle to bring the Paul fight to fruition. The real question is his contract with the UFC. The only way for him to get that fight is they've got to allow it. If he signed that contract, they could sue him. Will he pay? Can they get the money from him?
What's going on with Jake Paul, Conor McGregor? Is that fight happening or what?
Probably not, no.
Are you closed off to it completely?
I'm never completely closed off to anything. I used to say that about, things, but I don't say that anymore.
Smart.
Because you never know. You never know what could happen.
I can't say that McCarthy said of McGregor, he added, but does he want to go out in that fashion? That doesn't make sense. $250 million dollar. He can make some strange choices. The buzz around a potential McGregor versus Paul showdown has the financial world spinning, with whispers of each fighter pocketing a staggering $250 million if true. This would set an unprecedented benchmark for boxing payouts. For comparison, McGregor's disclosed paycheck for his bout with Mayweather was a far more modest $30 million, a figure that now pales in the shadow of this rumored jackpot. During a TMZ interview, Paul disclosed that he anticipated earning approximately $20 million for his 2021 showdown with Mayweather. However, years after their bout, Paul now claims that Mayweather reneged on their agreement, leaving him unpaid for the agreed-upon sum. It's worth mentioning that the speculated $500 million McGregor versus Paul payout originated from a source that was largely disregarded. However, should the fight be scheduled, it would undoubtedly be a highly profitable event. McGregor further fueled the rumors by resharing the reported $250 million offer, causing the figure to quickly gain traction as negotiations for the fight continue. Both McGregor and Paul have recently posted new training videos in preparation for their anticipated boxing showdown. Should the bout go ahead, it will mark Paul's first return to the ring since his victory over McGregor's longtime SBG Ireland teammate. Dylan Dennis in the previous year expect clarity on the potential McGregor versus Paul matchup to emerge in the next few weeks.
Conor McGregor came out and said that he had agreed to fight Logan Paul. What is the latest there? What is going on?
From what I understand, there was conversations about it a while ago. I don't know if Conor just woke up in like Ibiza or something like that and decided that he wanted to talk about it today. From the last thing I heard, there was no updates there, so I don't know if he's just out of his mind and just talking about it. But Logan just had a kid. He's locked in. He's a girl dad. And so, you know, unless there's something that I haven't heard, which is very possible, I don't know what the hell Conor's talking about. But I'll say this. No matter what, I think the boxing world would love to see it. I think we're talking about two very controversial personalities. One loved and hated, two countries, two different fighting disciplines. The world watches that fight. That's another Tyson-Jake Paul. I don't care what you say, people watch that fight. So I want to see it happen, for sure.
Meanwhile, the fight remains a subject of intense discussion when a headline drops featuring two of the most controversial names in combat sports. The reaction is nothing short of explosive, and that's precisely what happened when fans began speculating about the much-anticipated return of MMA's prodigal son. We're talking about none other than Conor McGregor and Logan Paul, who made waves by revealing their mega boxing showdown at Mumbai's legendary Wankhede Stadium, with McGregor rumored to rake in a staggering $250 million as part of India's bold visit. India Tourism Initiative, this event seemed destined to be a spectacle of epic proportions. Leave it to Jake Paul and his unmistakably loud voice to throw a wrench into the excitement. His blunt comment was the most valuable promotion's immediate response to the announcement, casting doubt on the fights. Authenticity, for those unfamiliar, is a slang term used to call out a lie or exaggeration. What seemed like a harmless Instagram post has now ignited a fiery debate. Is this fight really the groundbreaking global spectacle it's hyped up to be? Or is it just another well-crafted publicity stunt?